Hello and welcome to Keeping It Real, Staying Alive edition. This is officially episode 5 of the show where we create positive social support as we collaborate with others in the mental health and fitness fields to share powerful mental health tools that we can all use in our life on our own personal journey. And hey there, Victor. Thank you for tuning in. Mike, thanks for tuning in. And my fifth official guest of honor is Ms. Victoria Louise Fuller, and she is tuning in. Hello, thank you for joining us. She is tuning in, and she's going to be joining us live all the way from New Zealand. So we're internationally broadcasting live in 2 different days and 2 different time zones. It's a good time to be alive. So thank you. I'm going to invite you on the show right now and get you in here. And thanks to everybody who is tuning in to support. And hopefully our lighting holds up. We've got changing lighting today. Sun's going down. Our time zones are all out over the place.
Hello.
Ooh. Hello, thank you for joining.
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing great. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Yeah, we've just woken up over here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's
Complete
what time is
opposite.
it? What time is it over there by you?
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm sorry that it had to be so early.
Oh no. When I say just woken up, we've been up for a bit, but it's the start of our day over here, yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, over here it's 5 in the afternoon, so most of us are wide awake and ready to go, you know?
Awesome.
But yeah, I want to thank you for being on the show, for agreeing to do this. I'm always happy to connect with other people in the mental health and fitness industry that are working towards something bigger than themselves. And clearly that's what you're doing in your area of expertise. And so thank you for that. And
Hey, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tim, for bringing me on here and getting in touch. I firstly just want to say I love your energy. The energy that you bring to your videos is so contagious.
oh, thanks.
And it's amazing. Like you can't help and watch but feel a lot of joy every time. So brilliant.
Oh, thank you so
Loving
much.
it.
I really do appreciate that. Doing my best to work for the people, to work for the cause. So, and shout out to Tanner at A Safe Place Inside Your Head, because without your page, I don't think we ever would have found each other. That was how we kind of got in contact. So, Tanner's doing cool stuff out there. Check out his page. For people who don't know you, Victoria, maybe you could tell them a little bit about yourself and what you're doing currently.
Okay, awesome. I did just lose you a bit there, but I imagine can you repeat yourself again? Sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to know if you could let people know what it is that you're doing with your page, so that they know, where you're coming from.
Awesome. Well, I was thinking maybe I could give a little bit of background of how I've ended up where I am and doing what I'm doing. Would that sound good? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Let's
Cool.
let's get to know each other.
I studied psychology at university, and that was my degree. So I've always had this fascination with the mind, and I did a paper. A couple of my papers were child development focused, so educational development focused. So I kind of went down that pathway, and I'm currently a teacher as well. So I went down that pathway and became a primary school teacher. But it was, I guess, through life experience and through growing up myself a bit more and traveling and seeing the world and being exposed to different things that my passion in psychology has changed slightly from child and educational development to more behavioral and social psychology and general well-being. Lots of the time I've met tons of people who, you hear people's story as you travel, and growing up as well, your friends and close family that you might see struggling here and there, and I just kind of got fascinated, like why do some people blossom and some people really struggle with the same kind of maybe issues that we might face in the world. And this just started getting me ticking along. And then I guess also last year I experienced a little bit of anxiety myself through a bizarre, unique life experience that I was doing. And then through that, I started to just gather all my knowledge that I knew about the mind and about human nature and all my tools and practices, and I started applying them to myself, and I, you know, more so than ever, and learning more than I could ever, you know, fathom. I was like, right, what's going through my mind? I need to figure this out. And I could really just see the change from some of the tools and practices that I was applying in my life. And when I started sharing this content through my Instagram, I could see some of the responses that I would get from people was quite overwhelming. And it's always been my passion to educate. It's always been my passion to understand the mind. And so now I was kind of combining them together through, I guess, social media. So at the moment, that's what I've been doing a lot on my Instagram, through my platform on here. And then I'm kind of in the mix of building my own website, so I can start a bit of a blog and develop it even further, because it's my drive, it's my passion, combining these two things together. So just wanting to, you know, to give as much as I can, knowing what I know and what I love learning about, because I don't like keeping it all up in here. You know, you just, if there's something that I learn, if there's something that I research, science-based tools, I want other people to try these things and see the change that it can have in other people's lives.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, that's, I think a lot of people find that too. When you start doing something for yourself, when you start finding tools for yourself that work and they're powerful and they're effective in your life, that a lot of us, I hope it's a lot of us, feel compelled to share that, you know, because it's something good that we can all do. And a lot of us don't realize how much power we have in our lives until someone like yourself or someone else, some other mental health advocate, brings us that knowledge. So thank you for that. And
it's awesome.
I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. I hope you keep doing it. And I like the little videos. I've seen the IGTV videos where you share mental health tools, and that's what this show is about. So a little bit later, we can share some of that.
Awesome.
And yeah, it just feels like the universe, like when you start taking care of yourself, it feels like the universe draws other people who are taking care of themselves in. And like when you start becoming more positive, you start surrounding yourself with positivity. So I think that's what's happening out here with this show.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's really inspiring. Like you said on Tanner's page, I went along there, I found that page and I started talking to Tanner, and then just seeing all the things that have been shared on there was quite inspiring. And obviously that's how now we've connected as well. And it can have a really nice impact, social media, in the sense that you can connect with others. So it's been a wild journey, but everyone's on their same little life journey.
Yeah, that's true. We all have our own individual journeys. And sometimes we beat ourselves up because we see other people making progress. And we see them on Instagram looking happy, like they're living this ideal life. But it's really important to focus on our own individual journey and focus on our own happiness, because we can't see what a person's going through in their mind, right? We're the only ones who know what we're going through. We're the only ones experiencing our journey. So it's really important to respect our own personal journey along that path. So very cool stuff. And shout out to Ray. Thanks for tuning in. He's one of our regulars. And to anybody who's tuning in now, or throughout the course of this show, this is kind of an open live show. You guys can feel free to comment, ask questions, share experiences. We got into what you're doing. We touched on why you're doing it. That's one of the questions I like to ask everybody who comes on the show. For you, it's your passion, right? You experience joy, and you feel compelled to share, which is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I think I do lots of courses throughout my time. So I teach at the moment I'm a contracted teacher. So I teach about 3 days a week. And then I spend my other time studying, completing courses, and just kind of building my knowledge and understanding. Eventually in July, I actually start my master's in psychology. So I'm very excited to just keep building on what I can do and what I can offer. But I mean, it's interesting because I've been in a debate with myself, because I learn a lot from doing my own courses and research, but obviously I also think I want to become a psychologist in the future. So you have to do the qualifications to get there
Yeah.
eventually. So doing that part-time, and we'll see where that takes me. But at the moment on my page, and through my website that's in progress, it's under construction, you'll find me trying to inspire and educate.
Yeah, well, that's great. Thank you. I wish you good luck on your journey with on the educational side, and I hope that you never stop sharing what you're learning, because it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Shout out to
Same to you there.
Thanks. Yeah, we're all doing what we can for Team Human. That's what one of the things we try to
well, that's
try
it,
to
right? Team Human. I just have so much belief in everyone, and we can all find live a life of joy and find this contentness. And so if watching something from on your page, or seeing a post that I might make that gives you that lift for that day, then we're doing what we want. We're doing what we feel compelled to do, and that's really rewarding. And yeah,
I found that too, and I think it's really important to do what you're compelled to do, to be real. And I definitely feel that from you with your videos. Like, it's genuine. It's kind of something that people connect to, and then you can have an even better, more powerful impact in their lives with the information, because they're connecting to that realness. So super cool. Good stuff. And shout out to Holistic Chris. She was our first official guest. She's a wellness coach.
awesome.
Also, working for Team Human out here. So very cool. One of the things we like to do on this show, and you do often on your page, is to share something that people can do at home, like some sort of tool, mental health tool.
Lovely.
So is this something that you've got for us to share?
Yes, absolutely. I was sneaky, and I had a look on your page to see what has been shared. And they are all amazing tools that have been shared previously by other people. But one that I also find that's quite beneficial is called the Happy Pleasure List. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. The Happy Pleasure List. It's basically you'll write a list of maybe 15 to 25 or so things that might give you joy, or that instant feeling of feeling better. Your list might include activities, memories, thoughts, and I have one on my phone, so if I need to, I can just pull it out, although I've kind of got quite a few in my head already that I know that I can do. You'd write like a variety of things that you could do whenever. So if it's a memory, or if you may be at home and you can go for a walk, it's something that you can do at that time. So you kind of do a variety. I guess I'll give a few examples. One of mine on my list is reading. So I love immersing myself in a book. I always find that I get a bit of a dopamine hit, so it just gives me a lot of joy, and my focus and my thoughts have now moved from whatever was happening to what's going on in my book. I might go for a walk in my garden. There's some fresh air, get amongst the nature. Like, I love that. You could do a bit of mindfulness breathing, or mindfulness awareness when you walk through. Go for your walk. I love watching TikTok videos. I might be slightly obsessed a little bit. There's some really creative videos on them, and I'm always just laughing out loud watching those videos. So that's another one. A memory, for example, if I was to, on my list, I have this memory of playing Scrabble with my parents recently, and we're in lockdown still here in New Zealand. We actually come out of our lockdown on Thursday, so tomorrow, or tonight, and so one of my fondest memories was playing Scrabble with my parents, and my mum was just being so sneaky and cheeky, and she was just creating these words and just with such confidence. She's like, no, this means that, and we're like, Mum, I just don't think that word exists.
That's hilarious.
So it was very, very, very entertaining. So as you can see, that just brings instant joy to myself. So I mean, there's a lot of strategies and tools, but this list tool, I think, super beneficial, because it can instantly change the state that you're in.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, it
It
is.
sounds
It's
like
really
a
awesome.
mix.
I
It's like
think
a
that,
mix of
sorry?
different, it's like a mix of different kind of tools kind of mushed together into
Yeah,
a functional list. And
yeah,
is
exactly.
that list is something that you use whenever you're starting to feel like you're drifting into a negative mindset, or
Yeah,
when you're
yeah.
stressed, or when
So
would you
yeah,
use
sorry.
that?
It's a tool that you could use if you're feeling a bit sluggish, if you're feeling a little bit down, maybe if you're feeling a bit anxious. Like I do really love the idea about meditation and mindfulness in situations like that. But sometimes that's a bit foreign to people and they don't want to do that. So this is another kind of tool that you could use in those kind of situations. Um, and what I was going to say though, the memory one, if you write on your list some memories, you have to be really, I guess, careful about what memories you might choose, because one memory could lead to another thought with that memory, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. So like my
Yeah.
grandma, for example, I'm very, very fond of all the times I've had with my grandma, but she's also currently sick, and she lives in South
Mhm.
Africa and I can't be with her. So if I was to write a memory about her, it will probably, it's highly likely that it will drift to, oh, but she's sick. I can't be with her. That's really sad. And then that just beats the point of it. So you have to, be very careful what kind of memories you would choose to put on your list. And, of course, I love my grandma, but right now I'm like, well, that wouldn't be the right thing for me at the moment. But it's an amazing tool. You can just pull it out whenever you are feeling like in those moments. And yeah, it's really, really helped myself. And I can imagine it would maybe help everyone else that would be interested in it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think it's an awesome reminder of things that make you happy, and
Mm.
mindset is huge, and also grounding yourself into those positive thoughts and positive memories or activities. That's really cool.
Mm.
And maybe too with activities, because it seems like it's a kind of a fluid list. It can be anything, right? It
Yeah,
can be memories, it can be activities, or things like
yeah,
objects, right? Can it be
yeah,
objects too? Something
yeah.
that just
I
people
mean,
enjoy.
it literally, it's up to you. Whatever, like 15 or so different things that can bring you instant joy or change you, making you feel better. And the reason that you kind of go through an array of things, a variety of things, is because sometimes you might not be able to get up and go for a walk. So it's got to be
Mm.
something that maybe you can think of at the spot, or maybe you pull out a picture of someone or anything like that. I mean, another one that I love is if I'm at home and I'm feeling a bit bleh, I'll just go and find my partner and give him a big hug because
Yeah.
there's nothing quite like an oxytocin release and giving someone a hug, and and then I can come back and do whatever it was that I was doing. Um,
Yeah.
and a sneaky little kind of tip is when you think of these things or when you do the activity is to kind of smile, just even if it maybe you're faking it at the time, because that instant kind of activation of your muscles
Mm.
releases or triggers your brain to like release the chemicals that you're happy. So it's like, oh, maybe I'm a bit happy, so okay, let's so it just all of that kind of physiological um, uh, system is happening when you do things like that. Yeah.
That's that's interesting. That's similar. It sounds similar to when we do boxing training. We're training our brain to associate what we're doing with something good. So, like
Mm,
you were saying, you kind of sometimes you'll force the smile. You might not feel like smiling, but you're putting your body into that smile when you're not feeling good. So you're retraining your brain.
mm.
And then you associate a good memory with it or a good thing, and you have the smile going. So maybe the next time that your brain experiences that negative state, you're going to remind yourself of those good things.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. You're associating a good emotion with that behavior or that activity. And of
yeah,
course, that will make your body want to, or your mind want to repeat that behavior. So, yeah,
that's
really,
very
really good
cool.
one, that one. Um, oh, there was something that I was going to say. Oh, with your list, though, you kind of want to exclude some things. You want to avoid alcohol or
Uh,
food. You can't, yeah, you just want to avoid things that might not be something that keeps you healthy in the long run.
I gotcha. So
Yeah.
you want to avoid vices for sure, even if you enjoy them,
Avoid
right?
what?
Vices, like avoid something that's bad for your health, putting it
Basically,
on the
yeah.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That makes sense. Even though we might enjoy bad things sometimes, you
yeah.
know? Um, That's cool. I want to practice that actually right now. So I'm going to just write down a few things that I enjoy. And what did you call the list exactly? Is it what was
It's
the
a
name of it?
pleasure happy list. So you can kind of get your own twang, rename it if you like, but I call it the pleasure happy list. Gives you that instant pleasure.
All right. And this is something that people can do as well. If anybody wants to share something that you would put on your list, now's a good time. And I'm gonna just say I'm just kind of like thinking this out loud. So on my list, I would put first and foremost training because that's what I do every day, and
Yeah.
it boosts my mood.
Yeah.
Just
Awesome.
getting active, getting in motion, and kind of having that stress relief associated with like the good feeling hormones that pump when you exercise. That's something I really enjoy, and I can do it at any time when I'm feeling down.
Yeah.
I could just do a little bit of personal training. Um, and one other thing I really enjoy is singing. I found in
Awesome.
my life, I don't know if you enjoy singing, but it's been a very therapeutic release because you can get all
Cool.
your emotions out, vent it out. Um, and we've got a couple people. Max said training and exercise. Right on, Max. I feel you out there. And what else? Singing, sunlight. Sunlight makes me happy.
Oh,
So
sunlight, amazing.
yeah, it's
That's huge. Yeah.
our source of vitamin D, right? A
Mm.
lot of people are missing that. Is low in their diet, and you don't have to supplement. You could just walk outside and get it from the sun, right?
Awesome. Are you going to give us a little singing demonstration?
Oh, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for that. Maybe
No.
later.
If it's
But
a personal, private thing, I get it. It's fine.
yeah.
I certainly wouldn't sing right now.
Yeah, not now. Not now. Now's not the time. But if you guys want to find me on the #1 karaoke app in the world, it's called Smule, and you can look up Sack Life Official, and you'll find me singing on there sometimes. So
Amazing.
yeah, we're not sponsored by Smule. That was not a paid endorsement. It's just personal experience.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I also like dancing and
Mm.
driving. Those are two things that kind of
Driving.
interest me. Yeah, I like getting
Yeah.
out there on the road and just cruising, kind of taking in the scenery and enjoying the trip, enjoying the journey.
I
Not so much with a destination. I don't need a destination, just
yeah, okay. I like
a
that.
nice cruise.
I actually that's one thing that I really miss. I mean, there was many things I've missed in this lockdown, but driving was actually strangely one of them. I found so much joy listening to the music, singing along, and then
Yeah,
just
driving's-
driving. It's just there's just something so relaxing about it. But yeah,
yeah,
no, that's definitely one, and definitely dancing as well. That's also on my list.
yeah.
Just
I
turn
love
up some
dancing.
music, a bit of a boogie.
Yeah, I love having music on in the background no matter what I'm doing. Most of the time, I'd say like 99% of the time. And then that sometimes that'll get me dancing and I just kind of puts my body mind into a positive mood. So
Mm.
anytime while I'm doing, especially when I'm doing things I don't like, I like to add
Mm.
music and a little bit of dancing. Why not dance while doing the dishes or dance while doing
Yeah.
laundry, you know?
Well, you're kind of like stacking habits there, something that you love doing, something that you're not quite sure, and then you can kind of combine it together, and it makes this, the dishes seem a little bit more, oh, this is actually not too bad. I could do this again.
Yeah, yeah, and it helps me to like keep it play, not take things too seriously, you know?
Mm.
You can have fun in almost everything in
Yeah.
life if you keep like a nice light positive mindset and just
Mm.
enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. So,
No, I
very
agree.
cool. So, thank you so much for sharing that. And is there anything else that you'd like to let people know about upcoming projects? I know you said you're working on your website, and what else have you got coming up that maybe people could tune into or check out?
Um, yeah, awesome. So, I mean, on my Instagram, there will be a lot of inspiration and education with tools and practices and just knowledge that will help anyone and everyone, whether you are feeling a bit anxious or down, or if you just want to enhance your understanding about the power of the mind, really unlocking the mind and understanding like the power of thoughts. And I have a huge interest in teaching people how to understand habit building, and because everything we do is made up of our habits, whether it's the way we think or whether it's a physical habit. So there'll be a lot of information shared over the next couple of months about that. But yeah, I mean, on my website that will be coming very soon. I'm very excited to get that up and running, so I can just keep sharing all this information. But yeah, there's just to keep looking, and there should be some more things coming on there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and let me know once the website's up so I can give you a shout out, do a little cross promo action. I love what you're doing. I love sharing tools together, so I'm always down for that. And I think that's good. I think that was an awesome show. I don't know how you feel about it. I feel like we're killing it out here. We're crushing it, right?
Yeah, I love it. No, it's wonderful.
Thank you so much. That's going to be the end for today, and we'll catch up another time. I'm looking forward to maybe working together in the future.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to. Thank you so much again, Tim, for having me on here, and thanks everyone for joining in, and hope that tool was helpful, and that you can use it and apply it whenever you need to.
Thanks so much. When I'm in New Zealand, I'm going to find you. I'm coming to punch my way across. I'm going to punch my way across this whole planet.
If you come this way, you need to get in touch, and we'll go to a karaoke bar.
That would be awesome. That would make my heart just overloaded with joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers. See you later.